Hey, what's going on? Dr. Gonzo Boogie here, back for another update video, and Happy New Year, guys. I haven't posted up a update video since last year, so this is my first update video of 2016. I know everybody's excited, right? But I got some cool stuff to show you guys here, like I always do. Got a couple Blu-rays, a nice little stack of DVDs, and at the end I have some random stuff to show you guys. So excited to get going here, so I'm just going to start off with the Blu-rays and I'll show you guys what I got. First off here, we got Forbidden Planet on Blu-ray. This is the classic sci-fi movie from 1956 or 57, I think. And this has Leslie Nielsen in it when he was really young. There's him on the cover right there. Most people know him for his comedy movies he was in, like The Naked Gun and the Airplane movies and stuff like that. But this is probably my favorite movie with him in it. And this is actually one of my all-time favorite sci-fi movies ever. I actually picked this up. I already had this on DVD, but I picked the Blu-ray up, of course, to just upgrade it to Blu-ray. But also this came with 2 bonus films, sort of, that star Robbie the Robot, which is really cool. One of the things that I find really interesting about this movie is the robot in the movie. Robbie actually became like the breakout star of this movie and went on to be in other things, which I think that's one of the only times that's ever happened where like a prop or a robot from, robot prop from a movie actually became like the star of the movie and went on to be in other films. So I just find that very interesting. So I wanted to check out some of the other stuff with Robbie the Robot on it, and this comes with a feature film called The Invisible Boy, where they bring Robbie Robot like to the present with a time machine, so that sounds awesome. And then it comes with an episode of the TV series Robot Client, and no, it comes with an episode of the show called The Thin Man, and the name of the episode is Robot Client. So that should be pretty cool, and it's got some other cool special features on here, like a documentary and a couple other features on it and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Definitely looking forward to checking those out. I actually just got done rewatching this last night, the Blu-ray of this, and this is just an amazing sci-fi movie. Even though this movie is almost 60 years old now, I still think it holds up really good, and I would say that I think it's one of the best sci-fi movies ever made. And in my opinion, it's as close as you can get to having like a 50s science fiction magazine coming to life. Just the look, the music, the writing of this, everything about it is just awesome classic sci-fi at its best. So I would highly recommend this one if you guys like older sci-fi movies. Right, next up and last up for the Blu-rays in this video is the Batman Steelbook. This is the classic Tim Burton Batman with Jack Nicholson and Michael Keaton. And this is a classic. This is probably one of my favorite Tim Burton movies. And I actually picked this one up. Ordered this off the computer because last week, if you guys saw in my update, I picked up the Steelbook of Batman Returns at FYE. So I figured I had to get this one to go with it. And I just watched this recently too. And this is a really cool movie. Love this. Just love the atmosphere and the look of it. Just a really cool movie. So I'm really looking forward to getting around to Batman Returns, which is actually, I think, my favorite Batman movie ever. And I haven't seen this one in a while, so I'm really looking forward to checking this one out again. Alright, next up, I got a few DVDs to show here. Nothing too crazy, but this is probably my favorite thing that I picked up recently for the DVDs for sure. This is an old copy of Dawn of the Dead. This is from Anchor Bay, from 1997, and I think from what I've looked up, this is the earliest copy of Dawn of the Dead on DVD, especially here in America. This is the earliest copy of it on DVD, so this is kind of hard to find. This was a little bit expensive, but I used a Amazon gift card that I'd gotten for Christmas to pick this one up, so I was really happy about that, because without that, I probably would have never gotten around to getting this, just because it is pricey. And it's a movie that I already have, but Dawn of the Dead is one of my all-time favorite movies ever, so I can never have enough copies of this movie. And one thing that I find really interesting is the movie is actually split up on both sides of the disc. Kind of like a laser disc, I would say. Like part 1 of the movie is on side 1 and part 2 is on the other side of that. So that just shows you guys how old this DVD is. So that's really cool. And this came with a awesome insert, which of course I'll show you guys. That's the inside of this. Really love these old school Anchor Bays. This is probably one of my favorite Anchor Bay DVDs in my collection now. So glad I picked this one up. It's the front of the booklet and the back. Show you guys what it looks like inside. Got some interesting pictures in here. Can't really see it too good, but up that picture right there has a picture of Dario Argento and George Romero, so that's really cool. So really glad to get this one and add another DVD to my Anchor Bay collection and another thing to my George A. Romero Zombie Trilogy collection. And then these next two DVDs here I picked up at FYE last time I went there. First off, we have RoboCop. This is the Criterion edition on DVD, which ever since I found out this was around, which a couple years ago I looked this up on Amazon, and I was like, no way, there's a Criterion of RoboCop? I didn't know about that. I've been really wanting to get it, so I was really glad to find this used at FYE. It was only like $5-6, can't even remember. It wasn't that much money at all, but this is really cool because I love Criterion editions, especially the older ones, and this is number 23, so this is really early on in the Criterion releases, but this is just really cool. This actually comes with the uncut director's cut of the movie, which I'm not even sure of the other DVD release of this, the MGM one I think that you always see around. I'm actually not even sure if that's the uncut version of the movie, so I think this might be one of the only ways you can get that version of the movie, but I'm not really sure about that. I'm sure someone who knows a little bit more about RoboCop would know more than me about that, but really cool edition here. Of course, like all Criterion's, got an awesome booklet and really cool artwork design on everything. Just a really nice looking DVD here. And I picked this one up the same day I picked that up, which is the Terminator. And this is the special edition DVD. It's got like a holographic cover. I actually already had a DVD of the Terminator, but since this is one of my all-time favorite science fiction movies ever, I figured I would, you know, if I ever found a cooler copy of it on DVD or Blu-ray, I would pick it up. And I really liked how this had like a holographic cover to it, so I ended up picking this one up. And FYE had a deal going on that day. If you buy one used DVD, you get the other for $1, or it was $1.99. So I got this one for just like $1 or a couple dollars. So I thought that was a really cool deal, really good deal there. And all you guys, I'm pretty sure have seen Terminator. If you haven't, definitely check it out. In my opinion, this is the best Terminator movie. I know a lot of people think or like the second one more than the first one, but for me, I really think that the first one was the best in the series. Just a great science fiction movie. Awesome stuff here. And last for the DVDs here, this is a movie with Debbie Harry in it, where I'm a huge Blondie and Debbie Harry fan, so I try to pick up a lot of things with her in it. And this is a movie called Forever Lulu. And I actually used to have a couple budget DVD releases of this movie under the title Crazy Streets, but I found this one at a thrift store brand new, so I figured I had to pick it up. So I'm glad to actually get a real DVD copy of this movie. And this looks like a pretty cool movie. You know, I'm definitely going to check this one out, basically just for Debbie Harry. So looking forward to checking that out. Forever Lulu DVD release right here. Alright, and that was it for the Blu-rays and DVDs, but I have some other stuff I wanted to show you guys. So first off here, I actually picked up, this is the only tape I picked up recently, and I was really pumped about this, but after I got home and checked it out, I was a little disappointed, and I'll tell you guys why, but I found Ninja 3, The Domination, which I thought was really cool, because I know this is kind of a hard-to-find tape, and I know that this movie had just gotten a Scream Factory release, which I was thinking about picking up, but I haven't got around to buying it yet. And this just looked like it was fun 80s cheese, and when I saw this at a thrift store for $1 on tape, I was like, I gotta buy it, even though the packaging has been cut on this to fit in a clamshell case. I still figured it was a good deal, but when I actually got home with the tape and I took a better look at it, the top part of the tape here was like missing. There's no tape coming through up there. there's tape in the VHS, but it's not feeding through the top, so like there's no way that the VHS player will be able to grab the tape. So somehow all the tape got spooled into one side. I don't really know how that happened or if there's any way to fix that. So, I mean, if you guys know anything about VHS repairs or anything like that, let me know in the comments if there's any way to fix this tape, because I would really love to watch this movie. And if I can't find a way to watch this tape, I'm definitely going to probably try to pick up the Scream Factory release of this, because after I picked it up, I went home and read a little bit about it and watched the trailer, and it just looked like a really fun, cheesy 80s movie, so a little disappointed that I won't be able to check this one out anytime soon. Alright, and then also at the thrift stores this week, I picked up a couple really cool books. I usually don't show you guys the books that I pick up because they're usually not really movie related. I usually buy a lot of sci-fi and horror books, but these ones I thought were worth showing because some of them are sort of movie related. So first off here we got this book called The Lost Worlds of 2001, and this is a companion book to go with the novel 2001: A Space Odyssey, which is also the book for the movie, which 2001: A Space Odyssey by Stanley Kubrick is one of my all-time favorite movies ever. And talking about the best sci-fi movies ever, I already mentioned Forbidden Planet and The Terminator. 2001 is probably at the tippity top of that list. Just one of the best science fiction movies ever made. There's just no debating it. It just really is. But this is The Lost Worlds of 2001. This is actually a book that I've been wanting to pick up for a while, and this comes with actually some behind-the-scenes stuff that Arthur C. Clarke, the author of this book in 2001, wrote about the making of the movie. So it has a couple little short stories, not really short stories, but little segments in this book that are about the making of the movie, which I'm really looking forward to reading that. But this also includes all of the short stories that inspired the movie. Have you guys ever seen 2001: A Space Odyssey? It's kind of like 3 or 4 different segments that kind of fit together in a way. There's the Dawn of Man sequence, there's the trip to the moon sequence, there's the trip to Jupiter with Hal in it, and then there's the like Star Child space trip at the end of the movie. So there's like 4 distinct segments in the movie, and I'm pretty sure each of those was based off a separate short story by Arthur C. Clarke. I think some of them he wrote around the time the movie was coming out, but some of them he wrote like a while beforehand. So I've always wanted to read those. Actually, in high school, when I was obsessed with 2001: A Space Odyssey, I actually did look up some of his short stories on the computer that inspired the movie and read them, but I'm really looking forward to reading them again because I just love 2001: A Space Odyssey, and anything connected to it is awesome in my opinion. So this is really cool right here, and I just love the way this book looks too. Just an awesome cover there. Really cool stuff here. Then I picked up this Clive Barker book called Books of Blood Volume 1. I thought this was really cool. Had an awesome cover on it. Can't go wrong with that. But the main reason I picked this one up is because it actually features his short story called The Yattering and the Yak. And if you guys have ever watched Tales from the Dark Side, a couple of the segments in that show, a couple of the episodes from Tales from the Dark Side were based on short stories by Clive Barker, and The Yattering and the Yak was one of his short stories that got turned into a Tales from the Dark Side episode, and it's actually one of my favorite episodes. It's definitely an episode that sticks out in the series and gets remembered, so it's really cool that I had the short story now because I'm looking forward to reading that one because it's a pretty interesting episode of that show. So really cool here, and again, just an awesome cover on this. And then last here, this really isn't horror movie related, but I figured I'd show it anyways, because in a way it sort of is, and this is a collection of short stories from H.P. Lovecraft called The Tomb, and this comes with the story The Tomb, and it comes with a bunch of other stories from him too, but I'm a pretty big H.P. Lovecraft fan, and I just really liked the way this book looked. Like, the cover of it almost reminds me of like an Amicus horror movie poster. Like, it just really cool stuff here. And, you know, H.P. Lovecraft wrote a couple stories that were later turned into horror movies, probably the most famous being Reanimator or From Beyond. But H.P. Lovecraft, just one of the best authors ever. Highly recommend checking out his work if you like horror books and stuff like that. So really cool stuff here. Can't go wrong with that guy right there, H.P. Lovecraft. So, alright, that was it for the books. And then real last here for this video, I just wanted to show you guys a little preview of some of my blind bag videos to come. I don't know what you guys have been thinking about the blind bag videos. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more of those, because it's kind of been a new obsession of mine, buying the blind bags and opening them and making the videos. It's all kind of been a new addiction for me, so there's definitely going to be more to come. I actually just recently filmed a video of me opening up 2 more of Funko's Horror Classic Series 2. And that video will probably be going up either later on tonight or tomorrow morning. So if you guys are following my blind bag videos, I should have another one of these up soon. And you guys can see which figures I got in these boxes when I open them. But yesterday, I was out doing a little bit of shopping, and I picked up some more blind bags to make videos of. So I'll give you guys a little sneak peek of what's to come in future blind bag episodes. First off, we have another Simpsons Lego minifigure. In my first episode ever of my blind bags videos, I opened up 2 figures from the Simpsons Lego Series 2. This is actually from the first series, so I'm really looking forward to seeing which one that I get. I also picked up one of Titan's The Beatles Yellow Submarine minifigures, and I'm a pretty big Beatles fan, so I'm excited to see which Beetle I get, or which weird character from Yellow Submarine that I get. I'm actually really hoping to get a Blue Meanie. And then last, for the blind bags, I picked up this really cool Mighty Morphin Power Rangers action vinyl from the Loyal Subjects, and I'm really looking forward to opening this one up. These figures are just really cool. Looks like you can move their arms and their legs and their heads, and they come with removable helmets and weapons. So these are basically just like a real mini action figure, not really like a little blind bag thing. So this was actually really expensive too. This is the most I've ever spent on one of these mystery boxes. So I'm really hoping that I either get the white or the Green Ranger here, which are my 2 favorite Power Rangers ever. But either way, I'm actually happy with any one of these, so I'm really looking forward to cracking this one open. So, you know, you guys can look forward to seeing some of these getting opened in future blind bag episodes. But that was it for this update. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like always, if you did, please leave a comment or give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time.